Great, thanks for coming. On behalf of our chairman, Scott Barlow, and the rest of the Sydney FC board, it's my great pleasure today to announce that Steve Corica has agreed to extend his head coaching contract with Sydney FC for the further 2 seasons. Steve came in with some big shoes to fill and obviously proved to everyone what a fantastic coach he is by making an FFA Cup final and taking away the Hyundai A-League Championship in his first year as a head coach. Steve epitomises everything that Sydney FC is all about. You know, he's been with the club since its inception as a player, then as a youth team coach, an assistant coach, and now as a head coach. He's put together a great support staff, an amazing squad, and we've spent a lot of time in recent weeks trying to keep that squad together, but what was most important for us was to ensure that Steve was there to lead that squad into the future. So on behalf of all of our members, mate, it's great that you've agreed to continue to take the helm.
Thank you.
Any questions for Steve? Steve, congratulations. Obviously you've been at Sydney FC for a long time. Obviously quite an easy decision to stay on.
Yeah, it was. Like you said, I've been here 15 years now. I loved playing at the club. I loved captaining the club. I enjoyed my time as an assistant coach and now head coach. A lot more pressure, but it's really enjoyable. I love going to work every day. I love coaching these group of boys, and I've got great staff like Danny said. So it was pretty easy decision for me to further sign for another 2 years.
Has it been difficult taking over from Graham Arnold and really implementing your own style? Because you've obviously had a great success in your first year in charge, but how's that?
I think there was a lot of pressure on me because of that reason, but I said from the start I'll just do it my own way and the way I feel comfortable doing it, and I think I've done that. And I'm very happy and pleased that we did make the grand final and win it last year away in Perth. But I wouldn't say more pressure than normal, but really enjoying the challenge that we have here, and I'm looking forward to the next couple of years as well.
There seems to be a big emphasis recently of locking down some key players. How important has that been for you to really keep the likes of Zulo and Ninkovic at the club?
Very important. Both of them players, they've been here for, Zuls is 3 years, with his contract extension as well. He'll be here for 5 years. Ninko's already 5 years. So these are 2 very important players that have won a lot of trophies at the club, and they were very important to sign. And, we still have a few more to go. We're knocking them off. But, so far we're going really well, recruiting and getting the players re-signed. So, like Danny said, we want to try and re-sign as many as possible, and we're in the middle of doing that. So I want that to continue and to make sure we get similar squad next year, because I think this group of players really believe they can do something special, and I believe and the staff believe that as well. So we're looking forward to obviously the remainder of the season. It's been a great start for us, but still a long way to go, and we all know that. So, we're looking forward to it.
You touched on it a bit before, but a few more players to go to re-sign. How, I guess there's a question for Danny as well. How far along the process of re-signing with Wonder are you guys?
You can tell.
I think we've said before, I think Steve said in the press conference the other day, Adam has a trigger in his contract, and you can probably guess what it relates to, and he's doing a pretty good job of that at the moment. So look, we're confident that he'll make that trigger and be at the club again next season. So as Steve said, we've worked hard to put together an amazing group of players, and we want to keep them as long as we can.
And he wants to stay as well? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. His family are happy in Sydney. He's happy in himself, and you can see that by the way he's playing. So, Steve creates an amazing environment out there at Macquarie, and who wouldn't love their football out there?
So you won a championship in your first season. You're clear on top at the moment. What's the next challenge, I guess, for the FC?
Well, like I said, there's a long way to go this season, so obviously winning the double would be great. And then there's also Champions League. That's something we probably haven't done so well in since we've been involved. We'd like to get out of the group stage and go on from there, really. But we know how difficult it is, and the group that we're up against. But that's another challenge for the players. The players really enjoy the challenge of playing against the Asian, great clubs and great players that they bring out here. And obviously they got a lot more money than us, but that's a challenge for us to play against these great players and to see where we are against them. So that's something we want to do well in this year as well.
Where do you think you stand among the Asian clubs at the moment? Do you think Sydney FC is one of the biggest clubs in Asia? Or?
Well, not quite yet, but we haven't really shown that. So that's what we want to improve and make sure down the track that we are one of the bigger clubs in Asia. But there's a long way to go for that. We have a smaller salary cap than what they do. Quite a smaller one. So, but yeah, we're looking forward to doing our best this year again in the Champions League.
Is there any room in the cap for more signings in January, perhaps, or before the Champions League?
No, I don't think we need to really. I'm really happy with where we are and the players that we have got. We've got a lot of depth in our squad. We've got a lot of great young players that are really desperate to play as well and want to show what they can do. And that's probably the time that they'll get their opportunity, because it's a busy schedule around the Champions League, and that's the time to rotate a few players and to juggle with the A-League and the Champions League. So you'll see they'll get their chance around that time.
With the situation with you where you are in the A-League at the moment, sitting on top with a bit of a points buffer behind you, does that make your job a little bit easier if you can take that into the Champions League? Yeah,
it would do, but we want to increase that lead by the time we get to Champions League as well. So we've played 9 games now, so we just want to win every game that we play, starting this weekend in Wellington, which is going to be difficult because they're doing really well as well. 3 wins and 2 draws in their last 5. So we know them very well with Ufi and a few of our players as well that have gone there. So they'll be fired up for it, especially at home. And we need to be the same, ready and do our job the best we can and get 3 points over there. I'll just say quickly before I go, I just want to thank obviously the club, Scott Barlow, the board and yourself, Danny. It's been a pleasure obviously being at the club for one, working with you and Scott, and I really appreciate the opportunity that you've given me and to further my career here as well at Sydney. So thanks you very much.
Fantastic.